Now we have the scheme of Nai Roshni, which we'll be talking about in this video. This Nai Roshni scheme is important because it is related to your paper 2 social sector policies and poverty alleviation programs, women empowerment initiatives by the government of India, social justice, social inclusivity. So for this all arena, this Nai Roshni scheme is important. And why are we talking about this scheme? Because the the context is that during the last 3 years, that is 2018 to 19 to 2021, around 1 lakh women have been trained in under the Nai Roshni scheme. That means 1 lakh women have been trained, right? So we have to see what is the Nai Roshni, what are these objectives, and what it is intended to. So just listen to it. Nothing new about the scheme, but like yes, we have to understand that what is the concept of the scheme. That Nai Roshni, which is a leadership program for women, it is a central sector scheme for women belonging to minority communities in the age group of 18 to 65 years. Right? Started in 2012 to 13. So it was started in 2012-13, and it is for the minority women, right, to provide them with the trainings, skills for their self-dependence, right? That because the self-dependence will bring the empowerment among them. All right, so this is basically the Nai Roshni scheme, and it is a central sector scheme, right? The objective of this scheme is to empower and instill confidence among minority women, including their neighbors from other communities living in the same village locality, by providing knowledge, tools, and techniques for interacting with government systems, banks, and other institutions at all levels. Right? So it is basically to giving them the strength and confidence among minority women and their neighbors, if any, right? Or through which, through what? Knowledge, tools, and techniques, right? So it is basically a combination of knowledge, tools, plus techniques, so that they can interact with whom? The government institutions, banks, NGOs, and other stakeholders for their empowerment with what? Skills and training, and that will ultimately giving them what? The confidence. This is very important in India, that women, especially coming from the vulnerable section or the minority communities, the vulnerable financial backgrounds, the confidence is lacking at up to great extent. Therefore, they are not able to interact with the people at all levels. Hence, it is the objective, right? It is run with the help of NGOs, civil societies, government institutions all over the country. This Nai Roshni, and hence the important stakeholders in the scheme are the NGOs, civil society, and government departments. So they are working for the positive creation of ecosystem, enabling women to make help of their capabilities, right? And it also provides various training modules like leadership of women, educational programs, health related training and informations, hygienic training, Swachh Bharat mission objectives awareness, financial literacy, life skills, legal rights of women, digital literacy, advocacy for social and behavioral change, and ultimately creating a social asset within the society, right? Because women constitute half of the number of the other genders in India, right? And there the issues of lacking of skills, training, confidence, access to health perspectives, access to institutional perspectives, education related services, digital knowledge and information, lack of financial knowledge and information, lack of and no control of their personal health and hygienic rights. All these issues are bringing them at the core of or at the verge of the vulnerable communities, and hence some sort of confidence has to be given to them, and that will only be inculcated through a comprehensive implication of the schemes such as Nai Roshni scheme, right? Then what is the significance of the scheme? If we talk about that, the empowerment is not only essential for equity but also constitute a critical element in our fight of for poverty reduction, where the involvement of women as the strong contender or member of the civil society or society is important. Hence, the empowerment for women is absolutely important, which can only be brought through such initiatives, right? Then they are the worst sufferer in the poverty stricken family and other social setup. Women, old age people, transgenders, and the children, they constitute the vulnerable section of society who need extra support, right? And empowering women, especially mothers, is more important, as it is home that she nourishes, right? And then ultimately she takes care of children, she takes care of other male members of the family who are incapable of helping themselves. So therefore, empowering women, especially mothers, will ultimately bring many people into the fold of the help and nurturing ecosystem, right? Then it helps embolden minority women to move out of their confines of their home, because in the vicinity of the home they are not only made to suffer socially, mentally, and even physically, and they are not able to raise their voices. Hence, if they know their rights, if they have the courage to speak for themselves, and if they have access to the government departments, NGOs, and other members of civil society, then the possibility of having any kind of molestation and making any kind of suffering to the women can be reduced up to so much of extent. So ultimate objective is to give them the confidence to come out of their houses, right? And community, and assume leadership in the public sphere, assuming the public roles and asserting their rights collectively or individually, doesn't matter, in accessing services, approaching to the government people, and availing the facilities like skills and opportunities, besides claiming their due share of developmental benefits within the free society and from the government institutions for improving their lives and living conditions, is absolutely important, right? So in this manner, this Nai scheme or Nai Roshni scheme is absolutely important for leadership development of minority women, right? The last para we have talked about is important. Please listen to it repeatedly. It will give you so much of information while writing your social issues answer, your public social inclusive section answers, and sometimes essays. And what are the other schemes we have in this respect or context? We have Garib Nawaz Employment Scheme, Seekho or Kamao Scheme, Begum Hazrat Mahal Girls Scholarship, Nai Manzil, Ustad, USTTAD. And Ustad means here the upgradation of the skills and training in traditional art craft for development. So these are the schemes also working in this arena. So hence this is very important that we have to look at this context from different angles of this nice scheme. So this is an important scheme I had to discuss with you. Thank you so much.